Okay, sirs, it's time for another episode of Manhood Academy podcasting. Let's hop in on our co-host, Mindboggler. Let's see if he's home. I wonder if he's out on a hot date or home right now. Let's see.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hey. Hi.
what's going on, man? Did you watch the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl! Oh my gosh, it's Super Bowl Sunday!
Yeah, once a year, that time when they play the big game.
Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, actually not unfortunately, fortunately I haven't watched a single game of football all year. I don't even know who's playing in the football, in the stadium today.
Oh, okay. I mean, that was the case with me until this morning.
I have no idea if it's a football or a baseball or a basketball.
Well, Super Bowl is football, so.
Oh, I totally forgot to have a Super Bowl party.
Yeah,
Oh, what was I thinking? No, the whole day from sunup to sundown, I've been working on the movie.
The amazing video.
This movie is. I thought it wasn't going to be that amazing when I went to bed last night because I was kind of looking it over and I was like, this isn't as great as I thought it was. And then I was working on it today and I'm like, this movie is almost as great as I thought it was going to be.
See, so you need the Dr. Ladice critique every now and then.
You do. Dr. Ladice,
Produce a finer product.
he's a guy who's going to tell you, number one, if it's accurate or not. Number
Yes.
two, he's going to say, look, this is a piece of shit. I don't understand the connections. I don't understand how to get from point A to point B. He's very thorough in that way. So it forces, the transitions. It forces me to really step up and give you a clear, it's not necessarily even a clear transition. It's just that there is a transition.
With what you're doing.
Exactly. How come I can't hear you?
Oh, shit. You can't? Hello?
Hello?
What the fuck?
Hello, Bogler.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
How come I can't hear you? Why can't you speak up?
I thought you just said you could hear me.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Never mind. Let's get to it.
Okay. Well, let me know if I'm not loud enough and I'll speak louder.
Okay, so the first thing on our agenda is High School 101's post. Let's go to it.
Hold on. How come I don't have that on my agenda?
Because it's not on your agenda. It's on my agenda.
Well, put it on so I can take a look at it and know what you're going to talk about before you talk about it.
Wave.google.com.
Shit, I had a lot of stuff to talk about the Super Bowl, but I can't talk about it now. Well, I can still, at least to a certain degree, but you wouldn't be able to talk about it much. So.
I would be so entertained. I can't wait.
It will be, yeah, of course.
I can't wait to hear about your Super Bowl commentary.
Yeah, it unraveled. Me ending up at a Super Bowl party was pretty cool. I didn't really plan that out.
So did you bang chicks in the bathroom?
No, I just had a party with like 11 guys, I think, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Party in your pants. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
11 Indian guys.
Okay, so we're looking at High School 101's expectation management post. And, let's see here. He has some fun adventure with a chick. Let's see. His adventure with a chick goes like this. I walked into a physics lecture in the morning. I wanted to sit down next to the girl I was talking to. Okay. So it starts, I walked into a physics lecture in the morning and I wanted to sit down next to the same girl I was talking to before. Let's call her girl number one. She wasn't there yet, but one of the other friends, girl number two, was. Girl number two is usually quite a bitch to me when I try to interact with her, so I just ignore her. She's a thorn in my side when I talk to girl number one. I told her I was going to sit next to girl number one, and she said, you can grab that chair over there and sit next to her, pointing to a chair nearby. She was going to sit on one side of the girl, number one, while I would sit on the other. I was a little irritated that she was telling me what to do, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What? That wasn't the one I was concerned with. That's the wrong entry. Completely wrong entry. Just
I thought that was the expectation.
ignore and disregard all that. Girl number one. Me. Girl number one. You know what girl number two did this morning to me? Oh, no, wait. It even starts before that. Hold on. I remember when I wanted to record this, I was so much more enthusiastic, but right now...
Yeah, you should have done it right then when you had all the...
I'm too wiped out. Okay, so he's talking to girl number one. Girl number one is the bitch. I was sitting in the seat next to girl number one, the nice girl I was talking to. Normally there are two desks side by side, but today I saw only one there. I took the only wide desk. Could he not move a desk around, or is he doesn't know how to move desks?
I don't know exactly.
But first, the bitch, girl number 2, walks in. She rudely tells me, "Get up! What do you want to be, girl number 1 or girl number 2? Or actually, do you want to be high school 101 or do you want to be the bitch?"
Neither, but I'll pick high school, I guess. Fuck.
Okay, you're gonna be high school 101.
Why are we reenacting it?
But first, the bitch number 2 walks in. She rudely tells me, "Wait, is that me? Oh yeah, that's my part. Get up! Girl number 1 is sitting over there."
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I thought I'll be the bitch now.
Are you fucking retarded? Oh my god. She rudely tells me, "Get up! Girl number 1 is sitting over there."
Okay. Hold on. Where is this?
God damn it. Why do you always derail the entire podcast?
I'm trying to
You are
figure out-
podcast death. The funny thing about you is you don't even realize how retarded you are. You want a podcast, you're not prepared, you just rely on me to do all the work. You don't want a podcast, you just want to listen to me talk.
Hold on.
You're so lonely, you don't even want to participate, you just want to sit there mesmerized. And I gotta do all the work.
I'm trying to find
I'm
where
coming
that
off a
guy-
cold, and I don't want to do this anyway, and here you are. Let me just sit back. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I'll just hang out over here. Great job. Podcast death.
I'm trying to find where...
You are the Grim Reaper of podcasts.
God, alright.
People want to jump out their window after they hear you on the podcast.
Alright, I'm trying to find... Okay, girl, yeah, she sounds like girl, there's something. I'm trying to find the part where I can reenact what
Holy fuck. It's the second entry, like the third sentence in.
On post number 9 in expectation management.
Oh my god, it's the last post it's one of his last posts, right before my response.
Here, girl, 1, yeah, she's sometime like that. Okay, no, there's one move over there, okay. Is that the one? Okay.
No. It says Friday, 1:21. Take your time, buddy. Just take your time. I'll just fall asleep. Everybody else will just turn off the podcast.
I can't find it. Oh, yeah, Friday 121.
You are
Okay. I found it. All right.
fucking horrible. All right.
I found it.
Congratulations.
All right, cool. Let's get on with it.
Podcasting with the top student at Manhood Academy. Okay.
All right.
I took the only wide desk, but first the bitch, girl number 2, walks in. She rudely tells me, "Get up! Girl number 1 is sitting over there."
I felt a pang of anger at the rude way she asked me, but I was too scared to confront her for her bitchiness. Do you want me to read the whole thing? This was the upbeat.
I don't know. I don't know.
Disrespectful.
Let's just see who can be the quietest. We'll just have a quiet contest.
All right, fine. I'll read it. This was the upteenth time she acted disrespectful to me, so I had a lot of built-up resentment towards her. I told her in a nervous voice, "There's only one white desk here."
She said, "No, there's one more over there."
I was still silently fuming, but I didn't mind grabbing the other desk, so I grudgingly complied. I didn't talk to her for the rest of the day. I felt really pissed
Okay,
off.
fuck the inner monologue. Let's go to the next part. Okay,
Yeah.
they caught up with me and told me blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, his bros see him. You want to be the bros, or do you want me to be the bros?
I'll be the bros.
Okay, read the part where it says, "Dude."
Okay, dude, what that girl did to you? That was just cold. People behind you were
You're
laughing.
fucking horrible. Let me do this part. "Dude! What the girl did to you? That was just cold. The people behind you were laughing at you. You're a fucking loser. You should just go kill yourself, bro." I think I ad-libbed a little bit, but I think that was the gist of it. You are really horrible at this. Okay, so next part here. Oh, your turn next.
I don't remember. Okay, where's the next time he speaks? Well,
It
girl,
says,
I can start reading that when he's talking to the girl.
or you could just not read it all and say nothing and just be quiet for the rest of the podcast.
Girl number 1, you know what girl number 2 did to me this morning? I was sitting in our physics lecture when I sat down at the desk you sit at. There were like 3
Could you read it
other
so I can hear you?
Girl number 2, you know what girl number 1, do you know what
Holy fuck.
did this morning? I was sitting in our physics lecture when I sat down at the desk you normally sit at. There were like 3 other desks where she could sit. She told me, "Get up. That was just cold."
It's almost like I have to play both parts because you're so terrible at playing either part. This is high school 101 since Bogler's so fucking terrible at this.
Well, I haven't taken acting classes.
Yeah,
so
you don't need acting class. You need to practice your expression.
Okay.
Girl number 1. You know what girl number 2 did to me this morning? I was sitting in our physics lecture when I sat down at the desk you normally sit at. There were like 3 other desks where she could sit. She told me, get up. That was just cold.
Okay.
Fuck, this guy sounds like he's a student at Manhood Academy. Girl
Right.
number 1.
Yeah, she's like that sometimes. It's just her personality.
But she irritates me. I made both my hands into fists and yelled through clenched teeth. But she irritates me. Okay. Next. Any more speaking parts here?
Yeah, girl number 2. So I finally go and confront this girl, this bitchy girl. Girl number 2, I didn't like your behavior on Friday. The way you told me to get up from that seat was rude.
You're fucking terrible. I'll be girl. I'll be high school 101. You be girl 2 since you're so fucking terrible.
I did.
Girl number 2, I didn't like your behavior on Friday. The way you told me to get up from that seat, it was rude.
I did not force you to get up from the chair. I asked you to. I made a request, not a demand.
Okay, let me just play both parts since you're just so horrible. Just sit down and shut up. Alright, high school 101. He's saying, girl number 2, I didn't like your behavior on Friday. That way you told me to get up from the seat was rude. Girl number 2 says, I didn't force you to get up from your chair. I asked you to. I made a request, not a demand. Oh my god. High school 101 says, no, you told me rudely to get up. Her, well, you didn't have to get up, duh. High school 101 responds, the problem was not with me getting up, but with the way you asked me. That was rude. Girl number 2, yeah, well, that's just the way I am, so deal with it, okay? Fuck. Just reading this makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the problem here? Maybe you can analyze it. Since you're so terrible at playing the parts, can you do the courtesy of analyzing it at least?
Analyze, I can tell you, analyze. Well, he shouldn't have got up for that chick. That's, of course, clear. You already said. I mean, he's scared to confront the chick. He doesn't know how to deal with, like, I guess, a strong personality chick or something.
Well, he thinks he's, like, managing expectations, which he is attempting to do, but what's the problem here? What's the main problem going on?
I can explain in terms of without mannered stuff. Like, I would never get up for a chick mannered or not.
No, we don't care about you.
Okay.
We care about High School 101 right now.
Okay, the problem is...
What is he doing?
He got scared of this chick and he got up or
What
something.
is he doing that he should not be doing?
He shouldn't be fucking reasoning with her and telling her, oh, I didn't like this part, and, like, expect her to understand.
What are those called? What is it called when he tries to reason with her?
Justifying?
You don't know. That's why you're the worst student at Manhood Academy. Yes.
What is it called?
Justifying.
Reasoning. What is reasoning called?
He is using reasoning, but it is a form of what?
Fuck. Just fill me in.
You're fucking terrible. Reasoning is not bad. It's good to reason with people. But he is using reasoning to justify himself to her when she has not met his expectations.
Okay. I thought I said justify and reasoning. I don't know what I missed.
I'm pretty sure you just said, is it justify? Is that the answer?
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, he
Remind me why I want to podcast with you again?
He justified himself by reasoning.
Remind me never to teach when you're around. Just not to podcast and teach with you, but just to podcast a conversation with you. That's where your strengths are, where you're just talking. When you're actually having to analyze stuff, it makes me want to shoot myself in the head.
Alright.
So, you can see his problem here is justifying himself.
Yeah.
He's trying to justify himself to this bitch. What's the problem with that?
She wronged him. Why would he even be justifying to that bitch? I mean, she's the one at fault. So that's the big problem I see.
Fault is not the issue. He could be at fault. He could have taken her desk.
Yeah, but the way she behaved, like, I don't know, he took her, she could have taken her
Oh
desk.
my god. You are the worst person ever to discuss anything with. You derail the point. Like, I'm trying to make a point, and you're trying to undermine the point with some frivolous information that doesn't even matter. It's not about who's at fault.
Okay.
It has nothing to fucking do with it. She could be at fault, or he could be at fault. That's irrelevant. He's trying to manage his expectations. His expectations could be Hitler, where he's trying to march Jews into ovens, or his expectation could be like the Dalai Lama, where he's trying to help people, and so he needs some money for charity or something.
Okay.
His fucking expectation, whether it's functional or dysfunctional, is not the relevant point here.
Okay. The point is, dude, you just do this part. Hey, I can't see your face, dude.
Good. You don't deserve to see anything. You should just see like a blank square.
Yeah, move your camera, adjust your camera so I can see your face better. It makes it better. Like,
Hi!
there you go, so much better. Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, so much better for you. Everything's for you in this podcast. You notice that? I don't care about making you happy. You're not making me happy. You're doing everything I don't want for a podcast. And now you still want me to meet your expectations, which is amazing because you obviously have problems getting other people to meet your expectations. But look how fucking outrageous you are. You're not prepared. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're blowing into this podcast. You're just jumbling around. You're expecting me to do everything. So you have these totally unrealistic, dysfunctional, quote, quote, at fault expectations. You're the one at fault here. But yeah, you have no problem demanding them. So obviously the issue is not who's at fault. It's just whether you can get your expectations met or not.
Okay.
We're not talking about functional or dysfunctional expectations right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be talking to you.
Okay. That makes sense.
That makes sense to me, too.
The point is getting his expectations met. Okay.
Yes.
And he didn't get his expectations met in that scenario. He clearly didn't.
Yeah. Why didn't he get them met?
He didn't apply pain.
Well, how could he apply pain? Besides knocking her out. Besides giving her a snooky punch.
Well, if we go back to the situation, he couldn't ignore her request to get up, but are you talking after that happened?
Well, either case. Actually, you could address both of them.
By ignoring her request, he's applying pain right there because he's just ignoring her because, like, what she says doesn't even mean to her command or her thing to tell him to get up. If he just, like, yeah, whatever, like, looks away or, later.
Yeah.
She'll be like, what the fuck, you know? So that right there would, like, tell that chick, like, you don't mean shit, bitch.
Yeah, he could say that. What else could he do?
Or he could reply to her, like, hey, go sit over there.
Okay, what about past tense? Let's say he already fucked up. Now he's going back.
He goes back, he could be like, hey, you know what? I don't like the way you act. You better cut that shit out.
Yeah, what's the problem with that, though?
What is the problem with that? You better cut that shit out. I am just warning her. Oh, no, you better cut. I'm telling her to stop her action, but is there pain? There is kind of pain, but not enough. Like, the problem I see is, like, I'm just telling her don't do something, in a stern way.
Yeah, it's already pretty pointless because you already fucked up in the beginning. So she has no reason to care about what you say. If you say don't do that, don't be rude to me next time, why does she even care to listen to you? Unless you are going to follow through on your threat, what are you going to say? Don't do that next time or what? Or else what? Or else you're going to hit her? Or else what?
Well, you can't hit her, so...
That's my point. You're making a fucking idle threat. It means nothing. Especially since you couldn't get your expectation met the first time. So to go up now and go, look, you were rude to me, so you shouldn't be rude anymore. She's going to be like, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck are you even talking to me?
Okay, what if I just...
You're a loser.
Go apply pain. Hey, you're such a bitch for telling me to get up in such a rude manner. So I applied pain, but...
Well, I guess you could say that, but expecting some kind of, like, her to meet your expectation and go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be rude anymore.
Yeah, no, she's just going to be pissed off. The outcome of that I see is like,
Okay, well, I guess if your goal is to piss her off, but
well,
I think your goal should be to meet your expectation.
I'm trying to see how we can, like damage control this or...
Yeah, at this point, that's the problem. We're talking about damage control. We shouldn't be worrying about damage control. We should be worried about pre-damage, before the damage happens.
Well, pre-damage control is ignore our...
Yeah, pre-damage control is when the situation comes up. He should be applying pain to get his expectations met. After the fact, it's like she doesn't care. She already is like, this guy's a dork.
Well, a lot of times when, like, students are learning, they realize stuff happens after the fact that it happens. So.
Yes, so next time she comes around and says, look, move, then he can manage his expectation. But right now, if he just goes and tells her, look, remember last time when you were rude to me? And you're mean? She's gonna slap him in the nuts.
Yeah, she's like, okay, whatever.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, cool, okay.
She's like, cool story, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so there's not much he can try to fix that in the future. He can use what he learned from this
yes.
to not repeat the same thing again.
This is a failure experience to learn from.
I mean, it's like me and my coworker, right? I should have, it's like after they fucked around with me for a while, then I, like, finally started,
Yeah, then you're like, hey, guys, what do I do now that I've fucked myself over 20 times in a row?
Yeah.
What do you suggest I do for damage control?
Yeah.
What do we say? Oh, here's an elaborate plan to get you out of your fix?
Yeah, well, I mean, students, I would assume a lot of students have a history of that, and not always, but now they're like...
Well, at some point you're going to go, hey, maybe I should unfuck myself
okay.
and learn how to do it the right way the first time instead of trying to damage control 50 times or 50 instances later after my authority has already been undermined umpteen times.
Okay. So that was an important failure then. Now
Yes, it's an important failure. Next time this bitch comes around, and tells him, hey, move, that's when he needs to act and go, look, here's my expectation.
So, high school 101, next time a bitch tells you to get up for no reason, no getting up. Ignore that shit or, do it right.
Are you addressing just are you telling the future?
Well, yeah, next time don't repeat the same mistake. You learn from this.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but you're saying proverbially don't get up from the chair. You don't mean, you're not just addressing the specific situation, assuming she's
well,
going to...
the concept, be care about your expectations when, somebody's like, hey, just get up or whatever, and they have, for the most part, it seems like they don't have reason, but either way, care about your expectations more where you're, not threatened right away because this chick, tells you to do something that you don't want to do.
Yes, that was the point. Correct.
That's right.
Care about your expectation. Correct. Okay. I'm glad we covered that point. Okay, let's skip on to,
Yeah, I like seeing you speak when I speak, and so that feels like a conversation.
It's incredible for you. I'm so happy for you. All right.
All right, let's go to the
Dionysus.
wave.
Yeah, Dionysus.
Let's go to the wave. And what else did you write? Cover, Dionysus, give it number. You wrote 2 lines, dude, and I wrote 4 paragraphs. That was all crazy.
Okay, good for you. We're going to Dionysus' journal, and he is. I
like this guy's post, dude. It's freaking. It has interesting turning points, and I like the way he's kind of clever and shit. So, giving number to girl and saying, "Call me." Oh, if you want to find out more, like a trickery. It's like, oh, I want to use a trickery.
Cover Dionysus giving number to girl and saying, "Call me if you want." Oh, okay, yeah. I wanted to cover the situation.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Where did that post now? Okay. Yeah, I found it.
Where is it?
Page number 8 of his post in expectation.
Okay, I'm on page 8.
Page 8. So, it's the 3rd post. Actually, the 4th post, huh?
Maybe we have to do reenactment to get to this point. Fuck. Okay. I realize I don't have much time, so I decided to state interest in the girl I like instead of talking to the group. Hey, you, I noticed... Oh, he's like a foreigner. Yeah. Hey, you, I noticed you in a... It's a fucking Indian accent. What's like a Polish accent?
I don't know. You can,
hey, you, I noticed you in the tram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed you too.
I like your sweet, pout facial expression. I followed you all the way down to the street to meet you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I assume you're going to Club X. I'm going to Club Y. I don't think we'll meet later tonight. Just type down your number and call me if you want to get to know me.
Well, take my number instead.
Okay, by the way, I am Andy.
I'm Agnes Giska.
I'm Agnes Giska. Can't even fucking pronounce that. Yeah. It was nice to meet you. Enjoy your night.
You too.
P.S. I'm just texting with her right now. To be continued. Okay. So... why did I write this down? What was the problem with this?
I think it's the problem with the one later, where...
Did you give me the wrong one?
Huh? No, it's covered in that.
That was the right one.
Yeah, I'm going to Y. I don't think we'll meet later. Just type down my number and call me if you want to get to know me. That was the part.
Yeah, what was wrong with that?
It's like a passive way. It's like you're waiting for the girl to hopefully respond and her call you, and which is
that's a minor problem. What's the major problem?
He's not being active. Hold on, that's the minor. From the problem.
Okay, you obviously have no idea what's going on here, so let me try and make it simple for you.
Okay. Yeah,
I come up to you, I go, hey, what's your name?
Nick.
Nickel Boggle? Hey, hey, Bogler. Where are you from?
I'm from Argentina.
That's cool. Can I have $100? Just put it in my pocket.
No.
Well, why not?
I have no reason to give you $100.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, what did you just say again? Repeat that.
She does not have enough reason and incentive to call him back. It looks like he hasn't created enough
I'm
incentive.
shocked you didn't pick that up.
Well, I'm not completely fine-tuned to the level I should be with the concepts.
Yes. So, here we'll reenact this. Hey, you! I noticed you in the tram.
Yeah, I noticed you too.
I like your sweet, pout facial expression. I followed you all the way down to meet you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now can I have $100? Yeah, that's basically what he said. Here, hey, give me $100. Here, I saw you in the tram. I noticed you. Now give me $100. That's basically what he's saying. She has absolutely no fucking incentive or reason to do that. Now, in this case, it's not strictly true because she could notice him. She might be slightly, somewhat physically attracted to him, and then she could just basically say, "Hey, call me." So there is that possibility, but
how about this?
They're complete strangers. So 9 times out of 10, even if she is somewhat interested, that's just like her initial emotional reaction. If you give her a number and say, "Call me tomorrow," 99 times out of 100, she's not going to call you.
What if he thought by him saying, "I like your sweet pout facial expression," he thought that kind of gave her like a smile and some kind of incentive? I don't know, as a new student or as
Okay, we can make that case. Yes, that is some incentive. You're making her feel good.
When I was doing that, I had that thing. Oh, I said one good thing, I want her number now.
Okay. How'd you do?
Not good.
Why not? You said, "Hey, I like your hair. Give me your number."
I like your flowing hairs. Not enough incentive. Just by me saying I like your flowing hair.
Not enough stimulation, not enough reason, not enough incentive given to give you the number. There's no interaction going on. There's no sharing of yourself. There's no expressing yourself, your experiences to her. There's no bringing her into your experiences. There's no sharing.
Very minutely, like a blurb, and that's it. Not enough.
Yeah, it's very small. There's maybe a slight incentive thrown out there, but
it's not enough. It's not meaningful enough.
Yeah, it's not. Generally speaking, I'm not going to say strictly, but generally speaking, this is not enough incentive for a girl to call you. Especially if you're, let's say a better scenario would be if he said, "Hey, I like your sweet facial expression. Give me your number," because then he has to be the one to later call her and further stimulate her, further get her interested, take it upon himself to initiate social interaction. So that would work better than this one. But even both of those are still iffy. This one is even less iffy because he says, "Here, I like you. Oh, by the way, here's my number. Now you call me. Now you stimulate me. Now you chase me. Now you be the guy. I'll be the chick."
Well, that is the passive part then.
That's very passive. Not a good idea.
Expecting the girl to take the active step.
Expecting the girl to become the guy.
Yes.
That kind of reminds me of Mother-Son 800 when he said to the girl, "How come girls never take it upon themselves to ask guys out?"
Even Fox said that once in class.
Because they're girls. That's not their job. Your job, or I should say, your belief, your perspective, because of feminism in our culture today, is that girls are just like guys. Women are just like men. They pursue just as much as you pursue. That's complete bullshit.
Okay. Well, okay. In terms of creating.
What?
Okay. I thought I'll interject with a related point to that.
Okay.
In terms of creating, this, incentive with the girl on the spot, practicing that, we write our expression blocks and now it helps us, frame sentences much quicker. But, talking about the beauty of a girl and stuff, how do you practice? I've done a couple of times where I posted a picture and I practiced writing my experience of that. How else would guys practice?
I would say find a girl and practice with a girl. Yeah, that's a shocking idea.
Yeah, but see the problem, you find a girl. So the first girl, you say 2 sentences. "I like your pretty eyes. It just sucks me in." Then, so the next girl, what? You like 3. You just keep going girl after girl and try to get better that way. Do the hard.
Why don't you just fucking write down a paragraph of what you want to say and just read it to her? Okay. But don't fucking read it the way you read these parts.
Okay.
That was fucking terrible. Why don't you memorize it and then pull out your piece of paper and then just read it to her?
Fucking read it right there in front of her. Keep the piece of paper. Wow. Okay, I'll try that experiment.
Okay, let's see what's next here. Manhood Academy is for practicing social competence, not displaying social competence.
What's the difference?
That was a very deep bumper sticker.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There is a difference.
Manhood Academy is for practicing social competence, not displaying social competence. So many people think they're gonna. I think I said that because people were trying to go, "Hey, here's me being a really cool student.
Cool guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cool guy. Yeah, we already know if you're at Manhood Academy, you're not a cool guy.
Okay.
No cool guys come to Manhood Academy. You come to Manhood Academy to learn how to be a cool guy, so to speak.
Okay.
So, to say that you're going to display your social competence here, we don't care.
Okay. So you don't have to come in and write the most fantastic blog.
Yeah, everybody, the reason why people don't post is because they're fucking scared about what everybody's going to think of them. They're thinking, I can't post unless it's really competent. That's not the point of Manhood Academy. It's not for displaying
Vic is a
social
big,
competence.
Vic does
It's
a
for
lot.
practicing social competence, which implies that you don't know what you're doing yet. That's why you're practicing in the first place.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of students fall to that. Especially, I noticed that with Vic, because when I talk to him online.
Okay, let's see here. What is this? Once women reach... Oh, Vic asked, what if you're not into marriage? Question for Plum. How do women react to you when you tell them you're not interested in marriage? Is it difficult for you to maintain a long-term relationship with a woman deep down who wants marriage as an eventual outcome?
Okay, I don't see that here, but anyways. Yeah, go on, dude.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you kind of answered it. If a chick really likes you, fucking she's.
Yeah, I'm asking for your answer.
Well, actually, he talked about this with me before he posted that, and it was. Well, my answer would be the same thing. If a girl really likes you, and you can explain to her the problem, like, hey, you know how it's fucked up where, marriage is not just like a union between two people now, and the fucking state gets involved, and there's all this shit. I really like you, and you want until things get better. This is how it's gonna be.
Okay, obviously that's the wrong answer. Okay, did you read the answer I gave?
Hold on, let me.
Of course not. Of course not.
Okay, what did you read? This is the one. Yeah, high enough emotional investment, they will, they will like you no matter what, even if you fucking decapitate and shit. Yeah, that's what you wrote here.
I like how you talk to me like you're conversing, but you're not very clear. You're not very you're not conveying your thought from start to finish because you're talking to an audience. You're not just talking to me. So
okay.
I don't know if you realize that or not. We're podcasting.
But over time, I mean, I need to fill in more of the details that.
Yeah, so you shouldn't start like sentences that have like 3 words in them, or you start in the middle of a sentence and don't finish.
Okay.
You ever consider that?
Okay, well, you brought it up to my attention, and I'll keep it more in mind.
How about you re-explain your fragmented thought?
The one you interrupted that about that was not the right answer.
How about you just read the whole fucking thing over again and explain it? I'll just take a drink of water while you're doing it.
Okay, well, your answer is the question was, how do women react when you tell them you're not interested? Is it difficult to manage a long-term relationship with a woman who wants marriage as an outcome? And you wrote, well, it isn't an issue. Once women have this high enough emotional investment in you, you could decapitate a baby and it wouldn't matter. At Manhood Academy, students learn how to get their expectations met. Many times this translates into changing the expectations.
Okay, I'm falling asleep. Never mind. Let's move on.
So basically, his expectation. So if his expectation is not to get married and the chick is forcing him to marry, his expectation should overrule. That's what I get out of it.
Why is his expectation going to overrule?
Well, because of the problems with marriage. The marriage institution.
Oh, fuck.
Like if he is fearful.
Why me? Why me? Why me? This is not...
Okay.
Why
is it going to
as a
overrule?
retard...
Because he's the guy. Of course his expectations are going to overrule.
As a retard, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, tell me what
He's asking, basically, why your expectations will matter to her. He's not understanding the point that if she's emotionally invested to you, in you, it doesn't matter what your expectations are. Whether it's marriage, whether you want to cut a baby's head off, whether you want her to eat meat and she's a vegetarian, all it requires is enough emotional investment to get that expectation met. So he's viewing marriage as this totally foreign category, like it doesn't apply to expectation management. He doesn't realize that everything applies to expectation management, whether it's marriage or what restaurant you want to eat at tonight, or whether she's going to act like a bitch or not. Okay. It all has to do with expectation management.
Yes.
So he thinks that marriage is some special category of expectation management. It's not. If you don't want to get married, and this girl wants to get married, if you keep giving her incentive to keep interacting with you, eventually she falls in love, she's going to have a very high emotional investment. Okay. Eventually, whether, getting married or not is not going to matter. She's just going to want to be with you, regardless of the circumstances. What he hasn't experienced is having a girl fall that deeply in love with him.
Exactly. I don't think very few guys have.
Very few guys have. That's because very few guys know how to manage their expectations. Okay. If you know how to manage your expectations, and you know how to have authority over a woman in your relationship, she'll fall deeply in love with you. Then you'll realize it's a totally different question. It's not a matter of whether her expectation is she wants to get married or not. That's fucking irrelevant. If she likes you, she's going to be deeply in love with you. She's going to do whatever you want.
Okay.
That's what it means to have authority. It doesn't. If his question really implies that she still has authority, because it's saying, "Hey, it's marriage. It's my way or the highway." So he's saying he really doesn't have authority over the relationship. He really doesn't have authority over her. Because if he did have authority, he was meeting her needs, he would realize, oh, she's in love with me. She likes being under my authority. That's what people don't realize about authority. They think it's like this big bad thing. They think the other person doesn't benefit from it. That's why they don't understand that it doesn't matter what the expectation is. What matters is the emotional investment. Now, whether your expectation is functional or dysfunctional is another question, but we're just talking about getting the expectation met, not what expectation is being met.
That is one of our prime concerns.
Okay, moving on.
Alright, cover that.
Did we do enough teaching? Yeah, I think we're done with teaching. Let's do something else. Teaching. I don't want to think anymore. I'm still coming. I'm over my cold, but I have a stuffy nose. It's bothering me. It's making my thought process. It's like
you need to stay warm, dude.
It's cold. Spaghetti. I'm not cold right now. It's just my head is like spaghetti right now. That's why it's frustrating. I can't think at 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. I'm only thinking like 80 miles an hour right now.
All right.
Plus, I have to deal with you, so it's just another burden.
That's true. That's like having a 10,000-pound weight.
It is added to the problem. Okay, so let's just make this fun time. Let's just talk about something.
So why do you not like the movie 127 Days? Have you seen it?
Oh, I saw that. You know what? It's like that.
I heard it's a big rage, and a lot of people are talking about it. So
it's like a hipster rage. Hipsters, I can tell every movie a hipster likes. I can tell by the shooting and by the fucking dialogue, by the sweet hip dialogue, the cool storyboard dialogue. I can tell where the fucking hipsters
I thought it's some
like
dude getting stuck in a mountain, but I guess they have dialogue before.
Yeah. Fuck. Uh-oh, somebody's fucking causing problems on the floor. Hold on.
Take the pop out.
Can I close the pop sound? I need to close the pop sound.
On my end too. Hey,
sounds like Snap, Crackle, Pop, Rice Krispies. Yeah. It's party in the chat room. Wrong. It's podcast in the chat room. That's what's going on.
Right. So, yeah, getting back to the movie.
Okay, so it's got this. It's got that cool transition vibe where colorful things are going on, and it's got the other Indian guy with a fucking chat room pop sounds distracting me while I'm trying to make a review.
I turned it off, so let's continue.
I can't even think. I'm so frustrated with you. Just fuck it. How about you tell me what you thought of it? I'll just respond. How about you run this part of the podcast? I'll just respond.
Well, I watched the Super Bowl. You didn't watch it, so...
Good for you.
I like the Doritos ads in it, where this guy likes Doritos chips so much.
I just like hanging out with people at the Super Bowl party. I don't really give a fuck about the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, and I like that part, and I was like, telling them what I liked in it and shit, so that was kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
It's funny, I finally went to play cricket this morning.
Yeah.
And playing cricket, I just talking to people, and then one of the guys like, hey, you want to come to the Super Bowl party? I'm like, okay. First I was like, I don't know that person. And they're like, no, let's go. I'm like, okay, let's go.
And you're like, Super Bowl it up.
Super Bowl it up, and it was funny, like, I was like telling them, what I thought about American sports, like how the coaches have to, like, coach the players so much during the game, whereas some other sports, like cricket and stuff, and soccer, the thinking, like, the captain of the team or something, the players do all the thinking. Here, like, the coaches get so involved, like, oh, timeout, let me go tell the players what to do, kind of,
Yeah.
And sometimes, I think that's not that spontaneous, like, it fucks up the game. Like, as a sport, a player should also be able to think all the time and keep playing, not every time, oh, timeout, let's go consult with the coach. That's like me when I'm talking to chicks, I'm like, oh, hold on 1 second, Professor Plum, what do I do? Oh, okay, cool, alright, let's play again,
I didn't understand, like, 90% of what you said. I was just kind of listening to all the cues, like your excitement, and then you mentioned my name, and just a couple things.
I'll tell you at a slower pace.
No, it wasn't that fast or slow. I just wasn't interested in what you were saying. It was the Super Bowl. I could care less about the Super Bowl.
Well, how can it not be interesting when this is what I find about the sport, where the coach has to constantly get...
I like when you make analogies that apply that I can understand. That helps me. That helps me concentrate.
Okay. Alright, dude, why don't you finish what you didn't like about the movie? You're kind of leaving the audience hanging.
It was just so... I wish the audience could just take a picture of my brain and see what I'm thinking about the movie right now. Because I'm seeing all these, like, little snap cuts. Like, they do, like, this cool editing where they blow out the editing and it's got, like, a flashiness to it. There's, like, colors and things and close-ups of the camera and cool dialogue. And it's just all so trendy. But it's like, fuck, I can always tell a hipster movie. It fucking makes me want to break things.
So that was one of the big reasons you like two hips.
No, it wasn't that terrible. Like the movie up until the point where he got his arm stuck under a boulder. Then it was like fucking boring because You knew there's gonna be a touching part where he's talking into a camera and how he's all sad and he wants to do something more with his life and he loves his family. I mean, fuck. All right, we got it already.
So he has okay.
I don't want to fucking have the emotional part when I know the emotional part's gonna be there.
Okay.
I want them to do something unconventional versus, okay,
Maybe that's
I'm gonna die, man. Oh, let me record something touching. I love everybody. I love everybody. Yeah, good for you.
Okay. Alright, so we got that part.
How could you make a movie about a guy's fucking hand stuck under a boulder for 127 hours?
That's what I was thinking about.
That's almost as bad as Burial, where this guy is fucking
getting
buried alive in a coffin, and the whole movie is him on a stupid cell phone for 2 hours. The worst movie ever.
Maybe they thought they're trying to push the envelope with what they can do, but...
Yeah, they push everybody's patience. They're like, what the fuck is this movie?
We're like, let's try this idea.
This is a great idea. I can't wait.
Let's have a movie about a guy sitting in front of a computer. Maybe, yeah, I'll make that one.
That'll be a fun movie.
Now he's gonna watch porn. Now he's gonna do this. Alright. What else? Well, I like how, Concrete is like, chewing out this fool in the visitors section. Like, I like how he, gives him Concrete 80. Like,
Oh, I thought you were talking about a sidewalk.
Okay, let me fucking fill people in on the details.
Yeah, you're retarded. I forgot you were retarded. Maybe you could fill everybody in. That you're not talking about a sidewalk you're walking on.
Alright, on the forum, one of our online students, I like the way he has been posting replies. It's just a couple of them to some random guy who posted some nonsense. And I like it when students other than Plum come up and start posting in a competent manner. I like how he refuted or showed like, oh, this is bullshit what you're saying, you know. Because Johnny, you're the only one who does that.
I like when guys have balls.
And it's kind of nice to see when a student, you know, does it on his own and develops his balls and argues.
Makes me so happy. Makes me so happy to see guys showing their balls off.
Exactly.
Not pulling them out, but just like, you know, having a spine.
Yes. And this is a great place where you get.
Yeah, this guy is a fucking retard. Who is this guy? I have to respond to this post. It's bugging me because this post is just hanging here, and I don't want to click on it, so I'm leaving it. So I have the red dot, which indicates there's a new post there. But I hate seeing new posts that bother me. Like, this post bothers me.
But I like Concrete's replies. I mean, at least, you know,
yeah, but this guy's a fucking retard. Not Concrete. I'm talking about Pavement Stroke. This guy is like a emasculated guy. Fucking emasculated guys. I want to fucking slap them all in their vaginas. He says, blah, 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 something about the ebook, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Concrete responded to him, did he? Oh, thank you. Thank you,
God.
Yeah,
see, and I like that, you know, he's doing that.
Oh, I was going to respond to him. I'm so glad somebody else did, because it was just hanging there. I didn't know he responded. Oh, so happy. This guy says, in your ebook, bro, you state that having a functional romantic relationship is much more fulfilling than simply fucking around with many women. What's the point of sticking to one girl when you can keep a harem of sex partners? What the fuck am I saying? What's the point of sticking to one girl when you can keep a harem of sex partners that do whatever your heart desires? I never saw the value of sticking to one girl. Only whipped fags do such a thing, right? Here's the irony. Listen, watch this. Believe me, I used to be that faithful, honest guy until I found out the truth. I got stepped on and realized things the hard way. Okay, the paragraph before he says, I never saw the value of sticking to one girl. Only whipped fags do such a thing. Meanwhile, the next paragraph, he says he's a fucking whip fag. He says, believe me, I used to be that faithful, honest guy until I found out the truth. I got stepped on and realized things the hard way.
He's saying he used to be, like he's not now. So
yeah, like he's not a fag now? No. The problem is not with him being faithful or honest. The problem is he's a faithful, honest guy who's passive-aggressive. And actually, he's not really being honest. He's claiming he's honest, but he's really not honest. He's dishonest. He's a passive-aggressive guy. He's saying he's like a nice guy, implying that he has no problems with her. Obviously, he has problems with her in the relationship. He's not getting his needs met, but he's being very passive-aggressive about it. He's not stating his objections. He's not making her meet his expectations. He doesn't know how to apply pain. Yeah. He doesn't know how to apply pleasure. He doesn't know how to manage his expectations. So now, because she cheats, she thinks he's a total pussy, and so she cheats on him. And now he's like, I learned things the hard way, bro. Girls are just naturally going to cheat on you.
Yeah, and I can see how a guy would be like, oh, this chick did this to me. I'm going to go bang 4 chicks to make up for that. And it's like that's some
that's where he's at right now. So he's like, you guys don't know what it's like. You guys are going to get cheated on too. It's like a fucking emasculated dude. He has no idea what's going on. Ugh, guys like this. I want to go behind them and snap their bra. Snap their training bra. Girls deserve to be treated like trash. In fact, one of these girls I'm seeing right now decided to fuck around in the club and flirting with some fag. Yeah, why do you think she's flirting with him? Because you're a fag.
Yeah.
She has no respect for you. That's why she's flirting in the first place. You have no clue. Oh, okay. I gotta skip it. His post is shriveling my nuts. I gotta see what Concrete said.
Yeah, Concrete, nice. Are you trying to find out how cool you are by bringing away delusional minded conquests?
You irresponsibly want the best of both worlds. You actually remind me of the entitled bitches the West is teeming with. You move through the world like a chick, victim to your own arbitrary emotions. Where would humanity be if all males behaved like you? You're like the millions, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, contraction, you are, you're, not Y-O-U-R. You're like the millions of irresponsible parents who bust out fucked up children. Men like you simply contribute to the problem. Like my professor said, you simply adapted to the problem. Why fight nature? Are you fucking serious? You sound like a third grader justifying his impulse to kill ants with a magnifying glass. Quit justifying your actions with philosophical Okay, so Concrete made a bullshit response. It doesn't answer anything specifically. I like when students answer specific arguments, not just make a blanket argument. Concrete's really just making a blanket argument without explaining his position. And he's not examining the fallacy of the other guy's position. Huh. Like he should be talking about what we just talked about. Like we go through and see
like
here
how
he's
you being
emasculated.
a fag and you're being dishonest. Okay.
Yeah, he should be able to analyze and break it down what the problem is. The problem here is this guy's an emasculated guy and he thinks he's a real man. So now he's telling us, oh, everybody else here is emasculated because you're naive. You don't get it. Women are really evil and cheat on you. When he doesn't realize he's the problem.
Okay.
But I like just pointing out things in specific so you can see where the guy is actually wrong. So you don't just assume it's just it's just your opinion. Okay, I just saw Faster with The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, God, okay.
If you smell what The Rock is...
I like him as The Rock better than when he's acting in movies.
Yes, he's fucking terrible actor in movies.
Yeah, I
but
like the
this
People's
movie,
Elbow. That was so much cooler.
This movie is fucking not rad, but it's the raddest movie he's done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's badass. He fucking shoots people. Except he's a total puss. Like
Once the chick comes in?
He doesn't shoot everybody. Like, he spares guys. He should be shooting everybody. That would be a cool movie. But it's a fag movie because it doesn't shoot everybody, but he shoots a lot of people. Like, usually The Rock plays the good guys, but he's shooting people. Like,
nice.
He's getting revenge and stuff. So, it's pretty badass for his type of movies.
Before, I don't know the movie, but...
Faster.
Okay.
And then, next 3 days, let's see here.
Are you done with Faster or anything else you want to add?
That's
Just
it.
The fact that he's all badass and it makes the movie...
He's badass. He shoots people. It's stylish. It's predictable in some parts. Like the hitman chasing The Rock is fucking terrible. It's the worst character ever portrayed on film. But
you don't mind because it can make up with all this badass action.
Yeah. It doesn't have a lot of badass action, but the parts that are badass. Like too many times there's this fucking reflective faggoty drama where he's like, I'm so sad. I'm so conflicted inside. Yeah, we get it, fuckface. We get it. You're conflicted. All right, good for you. But like, for instance, he's like in a stripper bathroom with this other dude he's gonna kill. He locks the door behind him, and this fucking fight scene is just, it's so tense. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing. Nice.
Make the movie sound appealing to
It
watch.
is. It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
Okay. Very nice. Okay.
Let me see here. I don't know about Shaolin. Let me see. What is Shaolin?
Did you watch any of the Super Bowl ads at least, dude?
No.
Okay.
Do I want to see Shaolin? It's got
That was a Kung Fu movie?
it's got Jackie Chan in it, but it looks like it has subtitles.
What the fuck, foreign film?
Hate foreign films. All right. All right. I'll check it out. Shaolin. That's all. That's all I can think of.
All you can think of. Well, today when I was watching the Super Bowl and stuff, I was like thinking like how American sports is a lot of like power and speed, whereas some of the other sports like table tennis, like people like not Asia and stuff, it seems like there's more skill and finesse, whereas some like football and stuff, it's just a lot of raw power and speed. I mean, there's some skill, but it's mainly raw power and speed. I was just thinking about that.
That totally put me to sleep. Congratulations. All I just heard was the nice little level monotone of your voice, and it reminded me of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I was just like, oh, very peaceful and calm. Nice, soothing, sleeping music.
Well, I wanted you to get the point that how I see the difference in terms of the skill in the different games.
Yeah, but when you don't have any voice inflection and you're not really like, all your words sound the same, I just tune you out. I don't even care to listen to you.
All right, then.
All right, enough time wasting. Thank you for joining us on Manhood Academy Podcasting. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Bye.